everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And from today we are going to learn web development, and this is our first lesson. And this page is not like other pages, this blog, because the whole course is completely free and there will be no lessons that you should pay for. Whole course is completely free and you will learn full stack web development. That means front end and back end, and during the lessons you will get what does that means. So for front end we are going to learn HTML, CSS, so JavaScript, and also the framework of JavaScript, VGS. And for backend we are going to learn PHP, OOP, MVC, MySQL and Laravel, which is framework for PHP. And also we are going to learn Git and Linux, because these are the tools that all developers should work with if they want to be a good developer. And for each of these points, each of these points we are going to touch in future, in next lessons. And for the first lesson for today, we are getting to study about a computer, PC, how it works, because each developer should know the minimum how the computer works, and for that we are starting from this point. Alright, so only thing you need to do is to subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified when the next videos will be uploaded, and I promise that that will be soon. Alright, so enough intro, let's begin. Okay, so at first we need to know how the computer works and which parts it contains. Okay, so from outside, computer has a keyboard, mouse, a processor, and also the monitor, a case. So what is happening inside the case, which you see here. In case we have a CPU, ROM, a motherboard, hard disk, and a lot of other stuffs. So, but we are not going to to touch all other stuffs because it will take too long from us. We need to learn just few things to know how our machine works. Okay, so the CPU is the brain of our computer, and how much fast it works, the better computer we have. Also there is ROM, as I told you, and whenever your computer is turned off, all the information is saved in the ROM. Okay, so let's see what is ROM. Here is the image of ROM. It is attached to the motherboard, and there is not too big information in it. There is only boot information of your computer, of your OS system. What is OS system? OS system is the operating system. What does it mean? the operating system with which your computer works. For example, the Windows is OS system, the Linux, and also Mac OS, which you are familiar with. Okay. So, as I told you already, the information that is inside the ROM, it is not erasable, and it is always there. Even if your computer is turned off, that information is in ROM. But in different with the ROM, the information is erasable on ROM. What does it mean? Whenever you turn off your computer, the information which was in ROM, it will be erased. The ROM opens random access memory and the ROM read-only memory. Okay, and also the CPU reads information only from ROM. So that is why whenever you turn on your computer, the information that is held in ROM, that is a boot boot information for OS, is transferred from ROM to ROM. And that is why whenever you turn on your computer and you are not at the beginning, whenever you don't do nothing, even if you do nothing, the ROM has some processes in it. The next comes the HDD, the hard disk, which you are familiar with. The hard disk is HDD is the most popular hard disk drive that we use today, and it is most affordable. There are two types of hard drives: SSD and HDD. The HDD, it has moving parts, and the moving part is the magnetic disk and also the laser. The laser reads the information from the magnetic disk, and the magnetic disks always rotate. So all information is held on that magnetic disks. Sorry. Okay. So the next one is SSD, which is way better than HDD. It is like your USB flash drive, which holds the information on it. Okay, let me find the SSD picture. Just a second. I think I lost it. I'm sorry. Okay, my mistake. So SSD is something like USB drive, and it doesn't have any moving parts in it, and it is working like electrically. There is no moving parts in it. But now it is way more expensive than HDD, and that is why it's not too affordable. And the biggest SSD hard disk is 1 terabyte. Okay, so this is for the internal parts of our PC. So as you can see, I'm not telling a lot from computer. This is just to get know how it works. It's not about computer. This course is about programming. All right. So next is network. So what is network? Network is a connection of our computer to server, to other computers. Server is a supercomputer. And how we do connect to the network? We do connect with our routers. They do connect us to the global network. And how they do it? They are using the IP addresses, and all servers have the IP address, and also all computers or all machines that are on internet, they always have the IP address. And IP address is something like this one. Let me show you. 192.168.1.1. Okay, so this is an example of IP address. And here is the example of how our computer connects to the internet. So what is DNS server? So DNS is a domain name server, which hold the information about IP addresses and the links that we use, because a computer and the server, they don't understand the link addresses that we use. They only understand the IP addresses, which are these. So we need for this the DNS server, which converts the IP address to, for example, google.com. I'm sorry, google.com. All right. And whenever you put this in the URL of your browser and you send request to the server, it will understand this because with the help of DNS server. Okay, so how the data is transferred from our computer to server and from server to our computer. How that works? That works with the help of Tcpip Protocol. What does Tcpip means? It is 4-layered protocol, which, just a second, let me write here something. And the 4 layers are, just a second, application layer, transportation layer, transport. internet layer, and also network access layer. So for what are these 4 layers? The application layer is actually our data which we are requiring from the server, or which we are sending to the server. It could be like your login password or messaging or anything else. The transportation layer here stands for TCP. TCP is more firm way of transferring data, because whenever there are 2 types of transportation layer versions, like TCP, and the other one is UDP. So what is the difference between them? The TCP is more secure and more better way. And how and why is that? Whenever you send a request, whenever a server sends like web page to you, it will divide it into the small datas, and it will send them one by one, I'm sorry. And after each one, it will also send a checking request to see if the first data was received or not. If it gets that the first one that he sent, or the second or the third one he sent, and it didn't receive, it will stop sending. And this is better way, a more stable way for and this is used in web pages. Whenever one package of the data is not received, it will stop sending any of them. And UDP is used in streaming, in gaming, and other stuffs that are like streaming and the gaming. Okay. In the internet layer, it's where the IP comes. Here, it is whenever you send an email, there is information of the sender who sent the email, and also information who will receive the email. And here it works the same way. Here it has the IP address of the sender, like sender IP address 192.168.2.1. These are examples of IP addresses. They are not the real IP addresses. These are the local area LAN, like local area network IP addresses. And I'm just giving an example. And the receiver IP address will be 192.168.3.1. Okay, so in this layer it contains the information about the sender and also about the receiver. Who is the receiver? And the last layer, the network access layer, is where your data reaches to your modem, to your router, and get the MAC address. Here is the MAC address. All right. So what's next? The next, we are going to talk about the domain names. I already told you that internet that the server doesn't understand this. It only understands this one. So that is why we do use the DNS, which is located in ICP. What is ICP? ICP is the Internet Service Provider. Each Internet Service Provider has its own domain DNS, and whenever a user requests opens the browser and types www.google.com, the request first goes to the DNS, and DNS looks up for the IP address of this name, and it brings the page which has this IP address. Alright, so next what we'll talk about is our browser. So what is the browser? Browser is a tool that we use to access the web pages, and also the developers like us, me and you who are watching this, are using the web browser to create pages, like to test them. How do they work? And in future courses, we will see how we can use the browser to test our web pages. Okay, and there are a few pages that are created by me, and I will leave the link here in descriptions so you can visit and check. Okay. Alright, so that's it for this lesson, and hope I give you an information that you need, and we will meet in the next lesson where we are going to talk about HTML, and we are starting from the HTML, and after that we will also learn the all other stuff that is listed here. And during all the course we are going to learn more and more about the Linux and also the Git, because we are going to use them. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and please don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell button, and if you like and want me to continue this series, then also put the thumbs up. Okay, thank you very much and have a great day. Bye bye.